What is up, YouTube? It is Sebi, and today the most ridiculous thing happened to me. Now, before I tell you this story, let me just start by saying that this could have been prevented had I been more vigilant. So, everything that happened could have been prevented and was in my control. I could have prevented it, and I just want to let that be known. I am holding myself accountable for everything that I am about to tell you. So I'm gonna try to tell the story. There's no script, uncut. Not uncut. I am gonna make cuts because I stutter a lot, and yeah. I'm gonna try to organize my thoughts and tell you this story the best way I can. So let's start last night, okay? So last night, I was playing some Ninja Gaiden, getting some footage for the next video, okay? And it was a good session, had a good session, and went ahead, turned off the Xbox, was getting ready for bed so I could wake up and go to work. And lately, outside of my apartment, I've been hearing, this weird, flute or beeping noise. And to give you guys the best description of how this noise sounded, think of the flute that plays in Squid Game, like the little song, the toot 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 toot, that. It sounds just like that, okay? And I would hear it and I'd be like, but I just wrote it off as it's a truck or something, right? So like a truck backing up. Okay, didn't think anything of it, and I've been hearing this noise for the past, I want to say, week. So I hear that noise, and I'm turning off all the lights before I go to bed, and I go to bed. Okay, lay down, go to sleep. This morning, okay, I wake up, get ready for work and everything, and grab my keys, grab my wallet, grab everything I need, and I go outside, and I realize I'm looking around and I'm like, where's my car? My car is gone. Now, let me backtrack. For the past, I want to say 2 months, I've been getting in emails at least every, once a week, twice a week about towing notices. I've just been getting emails about towing. Okay, so I would see the notice, and I check my email every single day. I would see the subject of the email, it'd be in all caps, register your vehicle, I just thought it was a special kind of, I don't know what, but I saw it and didn't think anything of it. I kept getting these, towing notices. They were getting sent out to everybody at my apartment complex. But aside from that, I would also get, freeze warnings, to leave your water running, have the heat on, stuff like that. Emails from my apartment complex about, important things, and also things that aren't as important that might not apply. Like building 10 is undergoing maintenance or reconstruction or something. Stuff that just does not apply. The reason I say that is because I'll see stuff like that and ignore it, and then I'll just get familiar with that feeling and ignore other emails, especially if they're from the same sender. Just like you would get spam emails from senders or whatever that you don't care about, so you just unsubscribe to it. That's how I would treat most of the emails. So now let's go back to the towing notice. Obviously, my car got towed. Now, it was pretty, I knew that it wasn't stolen. The moment I saw my car was missing, I knew it didn't get stolen because I had my keys with me and my car is always locked. So, I knew it didn't get stolen. And I knew it got towed, and the notices started coming back to me. Is this what the towing emails were for? Like I said, this is all on me. This could have been prevented. Everything. It could have all been prevented. So I called the towing company, and the lady that answered I'm going to try my best not to talk negative about anybody. Because there's a lesson in all of this? Okay, he answers, and I ask, is this towing company? Yes. She's just talking, and I'm asking her questions. Is my car there? This is what my car looks like. This is the make. This is the model. And she's giving me details. Mind you, it's like 7:45 in the morning. When she was talking, it's like she was mumbling. Like she was like, either she had just woke up, or it's just, to put it nicely, the customer service wasn't 5-star. And I'm not a Karen or anything. I'm not that kind of guy. Usually I let a lot of things slide. Probably more than a lot of people would. I just don't like conflict. But this particular situation was just the perfect recipe for a crash out. My car being towed was already one thing. Then the customer service, just someone who's mumbling. Like, I'm telling you, the only thing I could understand was the fee that it was going to cost me to get my car back was $330. $330. She told me the price, and I had to repeat it. $300? And she said, yes. I hung up. I didn't say bye. I didn't say okay. I just hung up. $330. And my car hadn't even been there for 12 hours. She gives me the address. Before I hung up, she gave me the address to the towing place where it's at. It's not very far from where I live. Went, and you guys, when I put everything together, the customer service, the fee being a little much, even for a towing company. When I got there, the building was no bigger than a bedroom, a normal sized bedroom. I'm not even kidding. It was a little shack. Is a little rinky-dink shack. One gust of wind and that thing is gone. And it looked like it too. It looked so run down. And not only that, I got there and it didn't even have a front door. When you go to the movie theaters and you're buying your tickets at the front, I know people probably use Fandango now. They buy their tickets online. I do it too. But you go up to the box office and you buy your ticket, and they have the little speaker on the glass window. That's what it was. They didn't even have the guts to talk to me face to face, because they know they probably screwed so many people over doing this. And let me stop right there, actually. This isn't the towing company's fault. As much as I want to point the finger at them, as much as I want to point the finger at my apartment complex for even doing business with these people, this is all on me. But they didn't even have the guts to talk to me face to face. I had to walk up to the window, and it's like, I'm a short guy. I'm 5'7", average height, I guess. Some people say that's not average. 5'9", 5'10's average. I don't care, okay? 5'7" is average in my book. But I walk up to the window, and it's like to my eyebrow. So I'm like having to look up. It was the most humiliating thing. And I'm not even kidding, guys. She was telling me all the, information. I don't even know what the person looked like. I'm telling you, the mirror it had a piece of tinfoil over it. So I give her the information she needs. She's like, do you have proof of ownership of the vehicle? I'm like, no, it's in my car. She's like, okay, I'm gonna let you through the gate. When she told me that, the little devil on my shoulder was telling me, if she opens this gate enough, because I had my keys on me, if she opens this gate enough for your car to fit through, hop in there and just dip out. I do not condone this kind of behavior. There was a very small chance. If things weren't going, let's just say if I were at rock bottom and this was something that just pushed me over the edge, I probably would have done it. Because I'm telling you guys, this place, they had no cameras. They had no way of tracking me down. There's no way. There's no way. And they're like, getting into a legal dispute with these people would probably be the easiest win ever. but obviously this is just more trouble than it's worth, and I would never do it because like I said, I'm just not that kind of guy. But anyway, this is me expressing my anger. I am venting right now. The reason they towed it is because you have to register online to be able to park. You know, looking back on it, I come to realize that the towing company, it really isn't the towing company's fault. I think I'm more mad at my apartment complex, because why are you doing business with it's not even that you're doing business with a towing company, it's just shady practices. Because why should I need a parking permit if I put my vehicle down on the lease? Can you explain that to me? Am I wrong for like thinking that? So I was just thinking that. I was just thinking all these things like why is this necessary? Like, I know there's a people that live here that, have cars that aren't used and they're just there. I get it. But this, like, you literally put your vehicle down on the lease. And that, I think, was what angered me the most. As much as I want to point the finger at, my apartment complex with these just totally, I guess, to me it's shady. Maybe it's just me, but because I look back at the last place I lived in, they didn't even do this, and they were much more, just all around that apartment complex was much more well kept, better maintenance, everything. Everything felt like up to date. And not only that, like, they would issue emails to you about certain things, but they would also leave notices at your door. So you would think something important like this, like the risk of your car getting towed, you would leave a notice at people's doors. So that was another thing I was thinking about. And I'm just like, it comes across to me as shady. Maybe they just didn't think about it. If they're partnered with the towing company, they're going to do what they can to help the towing company make money. That's why they're in business with them to begin with. Oh man, it was just, I thought about all that, and I kept my composure. Tried not to get mad about it, because at the end of the day, aside from me venting to you guys in this video, one thing I want you guys to take away from this, aside from a nice little entertaining story, the main thing I want you guys to take away from this is this. Life is going to throw you curveballs. You're going to get hit in the chin. You're going to get slapped. Life is going to just drag you through the dirt. But I cannot stress this enough. No matter how bad it may be, no matter what the circumstances are, and no matter what the situation is, first, hold yourself accountable in any way. Look yourself in the mirror. Figure out what you could have done to prevent whatever the situation may have been. And secondly, handle it gracefully. In a lot of people's eyes, I had every right to be upset. But we all know all I had to do was just check the email. I had 2 months to make sure this didn't happen. But it's because I wasn't vigilant. I don't know how many of my viewers may be religious or anything, and I don't want to, I'm not going to get too religious on the channel or anything, but I am always going to give glory to God when I can. And for any of my subscribers or viewers that don't believe in God, no judgment here. No judgment here. But I do ask that you do handle things gracefully in life, no matter what it is. Because how you feel at the end of it is based on how you handle it. A year ago, maybe a few months ago, I would have handled this situation a lot differently as far as my mood. But I learned that doesn't really get you anywhere, and it actually just makes things worse for you mentally. And it really leaves a mark on your outlook on life, your perspective on life. Please handle things gracefully. There are going to be people that, don't treat you the way that, you treat others. You can be the nicest person in the world, and there will still be people that make your life harder, inconvenient, even when you know it's wrong and they know it's wrong. But handle it gracefully. If you're going to point the finger at anybody, point it at yourself, if possible. Control what you can control, and sometimes things happen that are out of your control, and you just got to roll with the punches at that point. Try your best to avoid pointing the finger. Practice accountability, because nowadays it's lacking in society, myself included. I mean, I'm preaching it right now, but there are times where I lack accountability as well. I can be stubborn, I can be prideful, but I am proud to say that I've gotten a lot better at it over the years. And it's also good to have people around you to remind you, hey, you're not always right, and you have to be able to take that criticism. Don't get upset when people tell you what you don't want to hear, because it might be what you need to hear. And that's my message for today, is just handle the bad things in life, or the little bumps in the road, the obstacles. Handle them with grace. Whether it has to do with other people or just things happening, just handle it with grace, and everything will be okay. It may not feel like it, and it may not seem like it, but it will be. I promise you. And also, hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the little rant / story that I had to tell. And yeah, you guys be safe out there. Be kind to each other. And we'll be back with more gaming content tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.